In this video, we're going to solve a quadratic equation utilizing a local chatbot, meaning that we're not going to use something like ChatGPT's, OpenAI's LLM models or chatbots that run on the internet. This one runs locally. It does not use the internet. It's private, and it runs on your machine only. And the only limitation is the specifications and how much RAM and CPU, GPU power you have. So what I use is LM Studio, which is available for free. It's also for Windows. When you load it, you'll get something like this. And then over here on the spyglass, you can click on this and you can load many different LLMs. In particular, I'm going to use something called PHI-4. So I type this, it searches, and it gives me which quantized model I want. Meaning, these are not full models. They need to be sliced and diced so it can fit on the computer. If I click here, all these green ones tell me I can choose up to Q8. All right, I guess that's 8-bit. So this is as high as I can go on this machine. The lower you go, maybe the less accurate your answers will be. But again, it's free. You don't have to pay a subscription fee at all. So I load the Q8 version, and you can see it's almost 16 gigs worth of data. All that needs to run on RAM, okay? So I click on the plus sign right here. I click on this window. I choose PHI-4, which tells me that I'm using the Q8 version. And there we go, I just choose it, all right? So the next thing is I want to do a quadratic equation and solve it. So solve y equals negative 2x. I use a caret for the square, okay? Space plus 13x minus 20, okay? And I know this is solvable, and I did this so that we can see what it tells us. It says to solve a quadratic equation, right, we typically make the y equals to 0. So the equation is negative 2x squared plus 13x minus 20. Then it looks at the coefficients, b, a, and c, or a, b, and c, and writes them out. You can solve using the quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Very nice. Calculate the discriminant. B squared minus 4ac equals 13 squared minus 4 times negative 2, negative 20 gives you 9. If you want to see this written, watch my previous videos and you'll see that this answer is correct. Since the discriminant is positive, there are two real solutions. That's right. Because there's a plus or minus, right, in the formula, we get two answers, 5 over 2 and 4. And there it is. That's the answers. And it gives it to you in fraction form. Very nice. One disclaimer, right? These LLMs are still being developed and being smarter and smarter. Well, I don't know if it's smarter and smarter, but they're getting better and better in doing this type of math, okay? A lot of the times, we cannot rely on these systems to give the right answer. So one of the things that we need to be more aware of is that as these are developed more and more, the refinement process of getting these tools available for that are running offline, right, locally, will get better. So you got to be careful in what it's giving you. So a lot of times you have to take out your calculator and follow along. What this is at this point, it's a great kind of like tutor. Sometimes a tutor is a great tutor. Sometimes it's not a super great tutor. But over here, right? Let's say I want to tell it y set to 0, right? Why are we setting the equation to 0? Setting the quadratic equation to 0 is typically done when we want to find the roots or solutions of the equation. These roots represent the value of x for which the quadratic expression equals to 0. And so it gives us this case. To find x, to find the values of x that makes y 0, several important reasons why. The intercepts, they provide x-intercepts, factoring and simplification. We can use them for factoring the quadratic. Application in real-world problems. These solutions can represent critical values such as time when an object hits the ground or so forth. Graphing, understanding the graph of the equation. One thing you'll notice too is that it will give you different answers. It will give you different, thoughts. That's why why is it doing this? This is an LLM. LLMs are predicting every single word. So a lot of the times you'll get different versions of different answers that are more or less what you get right now. I think I tested this and it gave me 5. Now it's giving me 4. So this is not reading from a textbook. It's really doing all the work and all the experiences it has in being trained on this model into writing this out for me. Okay, but what happens if I want to plot something, right? I want to plot the equation for me, right? It won't be able to because it doesn't have the ability to run this, like let's say through Python, like a Python interpreter. So what it'll do here is going to do its best is, hey, there's a vertex involved. So let's look for the vertex, and it's symmetrical, right, on this vertex. And it's telling you like we have the x roots and the y intercepts. And so you can sketch this parabola which is pointing down, right? And so here it's drawing its best. Now, when I did this previously, it didn't draw me this. And this is not a very good representation. A parabola is not pointing like a triangle. It's more of a bow shape. Okay. So to get around this, we can tell the LLM, PHI-4, we can say something like, can you write a Python code? Python code to draw the quadratic. And let's see what certainly you can use Python with libraries such as matplotlib and NumPy to draw the quadratic. Okay. So while it's doing that, let's talk a little bit about how we're going to run this. At the moment, this LM Studio and also ChatGPT, many of its models can't run this Python script because it's an LLM. I'm sure in the future it will send this out to other types of tools, and so to run it. So it wrote a Python script for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Now you might say, I don't know anything about Python. Well, that's true. But it's written out a little bit in an understanding form. You'll be surprised. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this code, which I just copied, and I'm going to go to my Google account, my Google email. You know, most people have Google accounts, it's free. And I'm going to go and use something called Colab. So if you go to Google and type Google Colab, it's going to find you the link for that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go there. So here I am in Colab. This is a new notebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste my code right here. I don't need to add any libraries. It does this automatically. And I'm just going to run it. It's doing that. It's running the code, and there it is. There's my parabola. Not bad. Not bad. So now it's giving me an idea of how the parabola is pointing down. I got my roots, and I got my vertex. And if I look closely over here, I can probably manipulate this a little more. It says plotting the graph, plot figure size, 8 to 6. So that's probably X and Y. So how about 18 to 16? Would it giving me a little bit more? Oops. Give me here. We got to make sure it's in the right place. Is that going to make it a little bit bigger for me? Yes. Okay, there we go. So it's kind of like zoomed in a little bit, and you can see it's pointing down right here. And this goes from 0 to almost 5, it looks like. And if we look over here, does it tell us how it's plotting? Vertex, 0 to 0. Nope, it's not. Not that I know of. Let's see, you can see here is -2 times x to the square to the power of 2. Right here, 0 to 5, okay. Generate x values. So let's go from not from 0, but about -1 or -2. -2 to, like, say, 7 or 8, okay? Right? From -2 to 8. Okay, and you can see that right here. Can we move this? No. Can we right click on this and save the image? We can. Okay, so we can save this image so we can see what's going on over here. Of course, if you want to add more to this graph, maybe draw the vertical line of where the vertex is, you can probably ask the LLM, the PHI-4, to do that for you. You know, the more parameters you have on your LLM, the quote-unquote more sophisticated, smarter it will be to draw these types of programs to draw these graphs. Okay, so I hope you have an idea that, you know, these local LLMs can give you an insight on the problem that you're doing. I'm going to do some more of these as we go along. I'm trying to figure out, you know, how useful this might be in studying, because you got to remember that the LLMs are, at the moment, they're being developed as we speak. They're getting better and better. 2 years ago, there's no way I would say, you know, this will be useful for math. It might be useful for a few things, but right now it's getting better and better. And we're understanding now that these LLMs, these chatbots, are not really good in math. They might be good for mental math, but what they really are good for, especially the ones right now, they're getting better into doing some general math type problems. The more challenging problems it seems like we need to use tools like Python to solve problems. Okay, so I hope this was useful. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please tell your teacher. I hope you have a great semester. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.